Welcome back, crew, to Boats vs. Haulover, where man and machine take on Mother Nature down at Haulover Inlet, Miami, Florida, and we're starting out fast today. We've got old Monterey making its way out, and oh man, they smack down hard. That didn't take long at all. This crew hits the first wave. There's two people in the bow. Both of them wind up smacking down hard. One winds up on the deck. The second one's barely hanging onto the seat, but is completely drenched. And man, this is going to be a rough ride. They haven't even hit the end of the inlet or any of the big rollers that are just outside today. Cap leans into the throttle a little bit, trying to see if he can let the boat do the work, but I think the seas are just too much for this Monterey as he tries to work his way out. But man, I can't even see him now. I believe both of our bow riders, they're both on the deck now. This is not good. Cap continues on his way out. I don't even know where he's going on a day like today, especially in this boat. And oh man, another big one. The whole boat shudders as they smack down on this one. And man, that is one brutal ride. Those guys that decided they were going to ride in the bow was just a horrible idea. And I mean, they are paying the price for it. You ever heard the old terminology, play stupid games, win stupid prizes? That is one of the best ways to describe what just happened here. So Captain initially made the turn and started heading north, and I wasn't sure if they were going to continue on, but it didn't take long, and we saw the old Haulover U-turn, and this crew comes limping back in. It looks like our two bow riders are still on the floor somewhere, and again, that was a brutally rough ride. And I mean, the crew that's in the back probably had it okay, but those two guys in the bow, man, they took an absolute pounding. And speaking of taking poundings, this crew's absolutely going to take a loss for the boats here in the first round. And this is going to bring us to the second round of our competition, where we're going to feature a sensation stepping in the ring to try and do battle with Haulover. Man, Cap's got the throttle leaned into on this one. Mom and son are hanging on in the back, and he is absolutely giving it his all trying to work his way out of Haulover. Crew looks pretty solid. They're behind the helm. It is a rough day, but the boat seems to be doing its job, and Cap's found a pretty good pace to let the boat kind of chew through this. Don't get me wrong, it's a rough ride out, but it's a rough day. They can't all be perfect, but I'm going to go ahead and give this crew the win here in the second round. And this will bring us to the third round of our competition, where we're tied at 1 apiece, and we're going to see one of our Haulover Local 1 regulars rolling out, and that's going to be the old Therapy 4. I'll tell you what, guys, if you want to come down to Miami and go on a charter and know just about no matter what that you're going out, this is probably the crew to book it with, because I'll tell you what, even on the rough days like today, we see this crew go out. About the only way Therapy 4 is not working its way out and taking you on your charter is if you guys decide you don't want to go. Here we can see how big the seas are as this massive boat winds up rolling right over the top of them. They're taking it slow, but I mean, that's the kind of vessel this is, and it's definitely the kind of day it is. But they look okay so far heading out. Therapy 4 typically rides a little low in the water, so I'm always curious if they're going to make it out without stuffing, because it doesn't take much to get this bow rocking and rolling. But so far, our crew looks pretty solid, and I think they're going to be able to make it out today. Oh no, it dips down at the last second. We get water over the bow of the boat. And unfortunately for this crew, even though it's not a rough ride, they wind up taking a loss with the stuffing. And that's going to give Haulover a 2-1 edge as we move into the fourth round of our competition, where we're going to have a Tierra stepping in the ring to try and do battle with Haulover. A really heavy following sea here. They absolutely have to be careful. It is extremely easy when the following seas get like this to wind up stuffing that bow. All it takes is a wave to catch you from behind, lift the stern, the next thing you know, that bow's down, and you're in a ton of trouble. But this crew seems to have found their pace as they roll through Haulover Inlet. Right now, they're looking pretty solid, keeping the bow up, and they're starting to enter the mouth of the inlet where things will start to calm down a little bit for them. But once again, Cap's just got a good riding attitude here, found the right pace for this boat, and this crew looks like they're easily going to take a win for the boats in the fourth round. And that's going to take us to the fifth and final round of our contest, tied at 2 apiece. Who will take the win in this episode? Will it be the boats? Haulover? Let's find out as we have a chaparral stepping in the ring, and Cap and passenger are standing, and my man's leaning into the throttle. He's getting the boat just barely up on plane to try and let the boat do the work as they work their way out, and it looks like they timed it right. They've caught a little lull in all the action going on and have a great running attitude of the boat, and they will easily take a win for the boats, and the boats will take the win in this episode. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Boats vs. Haulover. If you did, please check out our other content. We have Wavy Boats, who does a bunch of great things down at the inlet, My channel, Broncos Guru, do some great comedy boating videos there as well. And of course, we got the Miami Boat Ramps channel that focuses on all the hilarity that happens at the boat ramps in South Florida. And if you guys haven't already, go ahead and drop an anchor on the subscribe button here.